everybody. Welcome to a Checkered Flag Racing League presentation. Tonight, we are here for the Midweek Series at Worldwide Technology Raceway in the Illinois side of St. Louis. Now, this track has plenty of names. Some people call it WWT. Some call it Gateway, as it used to be called. Some call it St. Louis. Whatever you say, it's fine with me. We'll probably use all of those terms interchangeably tonight. I am joined by multi-time Cup Series winner and now top 5 in points in the Cup Series, Ryan Parsons. How are you tonight, Ryan?
I'm doing good, ready for an exciting race.
Absolutely, and I'm joined by even more time Cup winner and two-time Final Four competitor in the Cup Series, Jarrett Hall. Jarrett, JB, how are you doing tonight?
No, I'm doing fantastic. Excited to see some action on track.
Yeah, we last time we were in the booth together, we were at this exact track. We saw Spencer Boys come away with the win and Kevin Hall, Kevron, come away with the championship. But tonight, we have two of the biggest heavy hitters in the series. Bradley Domer Jr., Tegan Jones racing tonight. Guys, whichever one of you wants to go first here, tell me how much of a challenge that's going to be for the Midweek Series regulars having those two guys out there tonight.
It's gonna be tough. I mean, those are your top two Cup drivers down there right now. And Bradley specifically has been fantastic at Gateway. I mean, we saw it in the Cup Series race where he just won. He started all the way in the back and won the race. And then Tegan's Tegan. There's nothing much you can say about him.
I think that they'll honestly be pretty close together, those two, meaning Tegan and Bradley, but I think it'll be interesting to see whether Spencer can actually keep up with them on the long run, but I wonder if anybody else will be able to match their speed tonight.
Yeah, we've got full-time Midweek Series commentator Kevron. He'll be out there tonight. Unfortunately, this week he lost his grandmother, and he is racing in honor of her tonight. So our thoughts and prayers are with the Hall family, and we are definitely thinking of you in this tough time. But it is a big night for Kevron. Arguably one of his best league racing moments happened here at this track. Can he come away with the win? Now, he won the championship, but did not win the race. Do you think he's found some speed lately? Because if folks have been watching the Cup Series broadcasts, it is very, very noticeable that he's been strong lately. What do you guys think about Kevron's chances for tonight?
He's been, like you said, very competitive in the Cup Series. I just think it depends on where he qualifies because this track's very tough to pass at, and one mistake on the brakes and it could really hurt your race. I think he's going to be up front. I don't know where exactly, but he's definitely going to be in the top 3 to 4 trucks tonight for sure.
Absolutely.
Or do you think he will take the opposite approach, kind of like we saw in this race last year, where some guys conserved their tires a little more and were able to come on strong towards the end? Do you think he'll go more that route, not being able to necessarily be able to match that speed with, say, Tegan, Bradley, and Spencer, last year's winner of this race?
Ryan, your thoughts on that?
That could happen. I mean, this track does eat up tires massively, so that could be a good strategy. Just it's all dependent on how his race is going. If he knows he can't match, I would expect him to start saving tire, and if he can match, I expect him to kind of get up there and stay with them.
And this is a track where tire wear is at a premium, so how much of a factor do you think that will play tonight? Because in the truck series, a lot of guys run their cars looser. You know, they are very, very heavy vehicles, the trucks. So do you guys think that people might sacrifice tire wear for the speed with the increased wear that we see in the truck series, plus the extra weight of the cars?
I don't know. I mean, we saw last year in this race that some of the guys that were really, really fast in the long run fell off too hard and weren't able to actually recover because I don't think we actually had any cautions other than the one stage caution.
That's correct, yeah.
I don't know that if you don't conserve a little bit, whether you'll be able to make up that time that you will lose later in the run. I don't know.
It's going to be tricky because as much as the tires wear here, it's worth trying to get up front first instead of trying to conserve the tire, because as you conserve tire, you're losing a lot of time in the short run. where these guys that have faster trucks in the short to mid run are able to go. Now, I did watch a little bit of practice, and I noticed specifically with Spencer, he was backing off going into the pit road entry where he felt like his tire could have blown easily going through, going into the pit road. So the tires are going to be a massive factor, and it could really hurt a lot of drivers.
Absolutely. We are moments away from this race getting underway. I believe the qualifying race is currently going on. I will let you all know, all whoever's in the audience, who ends up on pole, who wins the qualifying race. Remember, it's a point for each. So a point for the quick time in that session, and a point for the winner. Now, that winner point is null and void. Tegan Jones wins the qualifying race, but we will see in moments who will be the man on pole. To me, I would look at a guy like Spencer, maybe. He is always up there for pole. Your thoughts?
The loosest slider.
Well, that's the point.
Loose slider. I would not doubt he was on a 9. It wouldn't surprise me if he's on pole. He's had a lot of poles in this series specifically this year. Also wouldn't surprise me if Bradley gets it, because Bradley's known for getting poles out of nowhere just because he gets them. He's just fast in qualifying, so I think he's going to be between those two, maybe even Tegan. Don't know.
Absolutely. Tegan could double up. He got that point for winning the qualifying race, and as I said, that doesn't mean anything because he is not a midweek series regular. Your pole sitter for the midweek race at St. Louis, who else? Spencer Boyce on pole. Bradley Domer Jr. starting second. We'll have Tegan Jones third. Kevron fourth. Pretty predictable top 4. Harris will be 5th. Darth Kylo 6th. S'mores 7th. Sal in the 2-car 8th. And Matt Connors will round out the field in 9th. So we have a 9-car field tonight. Remember, the top 5 in the midweek series score stage points. Ryan, do you have your ears in the party chat just in case?
I do.
All
just
right.
in case. I'll have Tegan text me too.
So I believe we are able to join now, I think. I'm watching. Yeah, we can join.
I did not get an invite.
I will invite you.
Thank you.
I will also
Ryan,
send you one as well.
Did you get one, Ryan?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Just in case, JB.
Okay, I got them.
33.9 besides 1 lap for Bradley.
And we are awaiting the start of this 80-lap race, Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway Motorsports Park on the Illinois side of St. Louis. A lot of words in that one. But here we are, the front row, Spencer Boyce, Bradley Domer Jr. as they get to the Napa restart zone here at St. Louis, and we're green.
What a start by Bradley there. That was a beautiful restart there.
Yeah, side by side through 1 and 2.
It's still side by side for first. Tegan's falling back into 5th, it seems like right now.
Oh, we got a crash in the back. Big wreck. Hard in the wall goes Harris. The 23 cars got big damage on lap 1. Only a 1-car wreck. We do not expect to see a yellow from that. Big loose off at turn 4 was at the 51 of Tegan Jones.
Wow. That's got to really hurt Harris there for stage, and especially now because his tires are going to be even worse with all that damage.
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go. I'm finally loaded in.
You've got to upgrade that PS5, JV.
Listen, I'm sorry. It looks like
pass or lead ongoing here.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, battle for the lead. Bradley takes it.
Oh, he's blocking.
Ooh, they're getting tight in the 1. And you know Bradley have no problem running Spencer up.
No,
What is our stage lap, Ryan? Did you get that?
26 to 27 is what I heard.
So we do expect to see one pit stop here in this stage. They cannot
Yes.
make it. So
No
expect to
way.
see a stop here.
And there, like I said, Spencer in practice was able to throw it in a lot more aggressively than these other guys. So don't be surprised if he gives Bradley the bumper here shortly.
He's
But
there.
he's
He's
able,
going for it.
yeah, he's able to make it stick. That's the impressive part. Is it looks like he dives in so late, but the car hangs for him. It's really
It does.
impressive so far as he's getting under pressure from Chevron.
What a move by Chevron there to try to get up under him. Wasn't able to get the momentum though, sadly.
Appears the entire field currently single file.
You know who's able to throw it in a little bit too and stick it? Chevron. I think he's able to stick it a little bit better than what Spencer's able to.
Yeah, the 97 looking strong so far, putting pressure on the 98.
So do you guys think with Tegan dropping back to fourth there, do you think that he's actually probably trying to save some tire here and maybe just try and stay out longer than these guys?
Well, he could. I don't know if there's much tire to be saved.
Just maybe a lap or so, do you think?
Yeah, that could make a difference. But we'll see. I think Tegan's just biding his time. He's a very, very smart race car driver, and he knows that, Spencer and Chevron commonly are quite strong on the short run. So I think if Tegan does his thing, I think the car will come to him and he'll get the spots in due time.
Oh,
Yeah,
inside
and
Chevron.
into the wall. I mean, also too. I mean, it's also shades of kind of how the Cup Series went. I mean, you did see Chevron and you saw Spencer up front in the early stages of the run, and then once that run got longer, the person in first and the person in fourth kind of showed their strengths big time with that long run speed.
We're on board with Sal right now. Have somebody peek out there towards the front. Believe that was Spencer. But nothing doing yet.
Solid stage run right now. P5.
No doubt. Yeah, Sal's doing a great job here. I would say best of the considered underdogs in this race. You had 4 top dogs that we really went into detail about before the race. But Sal's there hanging on in 5th. Not really losing touch quite yet with them. But he is under pressure from Darth Kylo.
I think it'd be
Yeah,
smart
the battle for the
Kylo
lead.
to stay
Oh,
in
the
line.
touch. Two up front had contact down the front stretch.
It sounds like they made a lot of contact up there for first.
Oh, Spencer gets under him. Looks like Bradley got a little bit loose, chased him down the track. They're going to be side by side going into 3. Can Spencer take the lead here? We're on board with him.
Oh, he throws it in. Oh, we're going to go 3 wide.
Wow, look at this. 3 wide.
And Spencer out with the lead.
Oh. I think Bradley kind of cut Chevron off on that corner exit. We've got a big crash.
That's going to be a yellow for sure.
20 car was in
it. 97.
Yeah, that's a big wreck. I think Tegan might have got a piece of that.
I was just going to say, did Tegan get in it?
I think he was the first one to get in it. Sal's got damage.
He didn't spin, though. Tegan's got a little bit of front-end damage, it looks like. Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, if what our cameras caught it correctly is how it went, then it looked like maybe Bradley squeezed that 97 machine coming out of the corner, and
Bradley's also a little loose, I think. I just think his truck's a little too loose right now in the long run.
That's a great point. So maybe that's what it is. Chevron just gets under him. Bradley gets a little bit loose, and that's a catalyst for an incident.
And it also doesn't help that these little bumps down there, those curbs, they will spin you very easily.
No doubt. Now, this puts us in an interesting spot here. I believe we might be maybe 8 or so laps into the race. And could we see drivers make it to the end of the stage now?
No. Not this track, at least.
Well, I think they're in the fuel window, at least.
They're in the fuel window. I don't see the tires making it, though.
Somebody will make it work, I'm pretty sure.
If there's going to be someone that makes it work, it's that guy in the 51 that's going to end up making it
I'll
work.
tell you who I like to make it work. He's been a really good driver in terms of strategy in the midweek series so far, S'mores. S'mores, I believe, in the 99. I think that, he's not very quick, but that could help him save tires and put himself in a good spot for the end of the stage here.
Yeah, and I think his 2 wins have come off massive strategy poles. Obviously Kentucky in the trucks where he just ran it a little longer and just did not. I mean, you were in that race, Mike, so you know exactly what I'm talking about with that.
Yes.
And what was his second one at? I'm trying to think.
Phoenix, which
Phoenix,
was also a
and he won
strategy
that.
race. He took 2 tires when it really wasn't in the cards for many other people to take 2 tires,
Yeah.
but he found a way to do it. I believe we've chosen here, and so we should be getting back to going green here momentarily. Maybe not. They're waving it off. It looked like they had chosen, but maybe
No,
not.
because it seemed like it got screwed up with the choose.
Yeah.
Choose cone got screwed up. Bradley didn't know where he was gonna pick.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a miscommunication on the choose cone, so.
Middle green light is what Tegan said on the backstretch.
All right, so we'll be choosing on the backstretch now. JB, talk me through. You're the leader. What lane do you choose here? And then if you're in second, how would you respond to your first place choice?
Well, if I'm in first, I want to take the bottom, only simply because I feel you are that leader. You have that good jump to get on the guys and then get off into turn 1. Hopefully you clear them and don't have them stuck to your outside. And then if you're in second, go right on that outside and then try and do the exact opposite. Try and get a good jump on the guy that takes the bottom and try and hold them down so that they don't have the chance to come off the corner as we make some contact there between the front two. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see because I have a feeling I feel like Bradley wants to get back out to the lead, so we'll see whether he can match Spencer going down to 1 and stay side by side.
Some great analysis there, JB. You are spot on. As here we go through the Napa restart zone. And we're back green.
Well, Spencer with a good jump.
He went really early in that box. As soon as he went in it, he was gone.
Well, we're not looking at it.
Tell you one thing, though. Look who's crawling up into P2.
How about it? Give me a little Matty. He's battling for second.
Oh, there we go. There's the draft pulling in Tegan to get him into third. But I think there was a little bit of he didn't get much of the wreck then, because if he's up there...
Yeah, he probably didn't have to fix much damage, as Tegan clears him on the outside strong from the 51. Now, we've had the 97 at Chevron. He is all the way back here mired in traffic. Showed some strength early on as we got the 23 of Harris. All sorts out of control here mid-pack in front of him. Well, look at Chevron. He is just dicing through cars now. Just past 2 in the first half of this lap. Can he get more?
He's going to try. He's really going to try or see if Sal sends it in.
Going to look to dime in the corner.
A little tight there.
Ooh, got on that curb.
Yeah.
Bradley really, really tight.
But Chevron, he was the incident, and that put him all the way back to the rear because of his damage that he needed to fix. And it's going to be tough for him to work back up there.
Looks like he got a bit of the bumper there by S'mores. Bradley not happy with Spencer breaking the draft.
And look at Matty here in the 20 car, hanging on pretty well so far in fourth, right behind Tegan Jones.
Man, this is a nice solid run for Matt. We haven't seen him in a bit, so to see him be up there in fourth right now, it's a very nice sight to see. We're going to go 3 wide here for fifth.
Oh.
They're going to stick through.
Oh,
Kylo looks like he clears for fifth. Sal backs out. He'll go back to seventh, potentially eighth.
Really?
Because S'mores
really
takes
bad
him.
entry for
S'mores gives him a big shot there behind Chevron. Cars roar down the front stretch here at Worldwide Technology Raceway.
There goes Chevron right up under Kylo there. He's going to get the pass, it looks like. Yep, pretty easily, too. Well, he got a little loose. Maybe not.
Side by side down the backstretch.
You guys are really complaining about just being extremely tight, especially 1 and 2 right now.
This is a track you do have to run tight just to prevent that tire wear.
Okay, so now Kevron's clear. Do you think he's able to run down that front four that have kind of broke away right now?
That'll be really interesting to see if he can do
Oh,
that.
Darth Kylo almost got into the back of Kevron there, and now we have Sal on the inside.
And Spencer's got a nice, decent lead here,
Oh.
but what happened back there?
Looks like
I
there might have
think
been a
Darth
little
Kylo-
lag spike from Kylo there, maybe.
Was it a lag spike? I think he actually hit the opening in the wall back there.
Well, Sal's not waiting
man.
around. He's looking to make the move quickly here.
Yeah, he's gonna make it fast too. He's almost clear. He should get him into one here. Oh, Kylo really throws it in there.
Wow,
oh,
big contact
Harrison
between
S'mores
Harris and S'mores.
Harris threw it
Looks
in
like
there pretty hard, looked like.
There goes Sal. Sal got him. Looks like the 51 and the 40 are starting to kind of close in.
Yep, we'll get our cameras back towards the front. All the action was in the back, but now the top three might be tightening a little bit. Spencer has done a pretty good job so far here.
He has. He's done a very good job. He just needs to hope his car doesn't get loose. Because as soon as that happens, that's really going to allow the 40 and the 51 to get there.
Let's go on
That
board with
51.
Tegan here.
Yeah, I was going to say, that 51 is all over the back of Bradley right now.
Again, shout out to Matt, still running P4.
And he's not losing too much to them. Pretty solid there for the 20 car. I think Bradley might have got the
Oh.
wall, or got close to it, and Tegan's going to take
Oh.
advantage. Oh,
Oh, he hit the wall.
Wonder if we got a lot of damage from that, or if any.
I don't know, because he hit the wall pretty hard. He said he got it. Might have some right side damage, maybe front end.
Might actually tighten him up even more.
Yeah.
might not be the worst thing. We've got more side-by-side action towards the back. This little beehive right here, the 288, 99, they're all going at it right now. Looks like the 88 and the 99 are going to take advantage of Sal here. Looks like they're both going to get position. Yep.
They are. And I bet Kevron's happy to be out of there already. He's able to work himself, into P5 right now? Trying to maybe work to P4?
I don't think he's gained the ground that he quite would have wanted by now, though.
No, I agree with that. So he might be in tire save mode now because of how this race has gone to try to maybe pull some stage points.
Yeah, no doubt. And, we had a comment on the stream, and it is definitely a thought. Probably in the lot. Oh, we got a crash in the back. Sal's around.
That is Sal.
Two-car
That
Sal
curving.
around. Doesn't look like he has much damage from it. Yeah, he's got no damage, so it's just a spin. He continues on. But as we're saying, can this 98 of Spencer, he's came out like a gangbuster here, but can he hang on with the tires to the end of this run?
Yeah, he's had there's a little bit, I don't know if he got tighter or he got a little loose coming off that corner because his car was really close to hitting the wall there. I mean, he's ran a very good, clean race so far, so this is what he wants to see right now, just be ahead and manage the gap, and hopefully his tires make it. I know he's going to end up pushing it because it looks like we might be in the fuel window.
Yep, I believe we're in the fuel window, but, we'll see about the tires. That right rear really, really dies off late towards the runs here at Gateway. So it's all about conservation and management.
He's put up a pretty decent gap between the second and third place guys.
Yeah,
and
he
They
did.
put up a gap against Matty there.
If he's pushing, that's not a good idea because it means either he can't make it and he's just trying to hold on to a certain amount of positions, or he's just going to risk it and see what happens.
Kevron here closing in on Matt for fourth.
That's starting to get loose.
Matt had a good short run speed, but hasn't been able to keep with the top guys in the long run.
Still a good run for him, though.
Absolutely it is. But that's kind of what separates the top echelon from the middle pack guys in the CFRL. You've got guys You know, the guys that you see good every week, like Tegan and Bradley up there, they are always good on long runs. And
Yeah,
that's how you make the dough in this league, it seems.
absolutely it is.
Kevron closing in. Oh, but he's actually under some pressure here. S'mores in the 99 is going to make a move on him here. Wow.
Yes, S'mores should have really come alive here at the long run. I've noticed him kind of close that gap a little bit, and he's gotten there. So that tells me he's got another long run truck where that's been consistent for him in this whole midweek series.
Yeah, he's up in the fifth. Nice move from the 99. Former Truck Series champion, so he is kind of in his element here.
And that's the stage right there. So Spencer took it pretty easily there. Matt got fourth. What a run right there by Matt in that stage.
Definitely, and S'mores will round out the points paying positions with fifth. So 3 midweek regulars inside of the top 5. That'll give them points. Believe Spencer will get the full 5, Matt will get 2, and S'mores will get 1. Pit stops coming up here. Not much strategy called to be made here. Everybody will be taking 4 tires.
Yeah, I mean, those tires have to be beaten up. Just they had to have barely have made it because that was a very long run on those tires.
Yeah,
I think the only
Sal's
one that,
right rear down to 8%.
oof,
Wow.
He also did spin, so that definitely plays a role. But he had 4 laps of fuel, so that's going to be tight for some of these guys.
very tight. I think the only two that really could probably, maybe 3 that could pull that off is the 99, 51, and 40. Really could save their tires and wait. Where if I'm Spencer, I want to get out to an early lead and build that gap so that by the time those 2 or 3 pit, he's got another decent gap to kind of get out and go.
Here we are, pit stops. We'll get on Matty. He's the final car on pit lane. So we'll see from his angle who comes out first. It's going to be Spencer.
What a pit stop by Matt's crew.
Wow.
15 flat.
Unbelievable. Matty will be second.
Unreal stop. That must be the 9 pits crew down there tonight. Mike might have had him run his crew.
I would lend my crew to Matty anytime he wants. My crew,
can I lend that crew?
My crew is normally not good, but they are always clutch. It's kind of crazy.
15-3 at Darlington.
I've had
Sunday.
When I won the National Series Championship, I had like a 15-2. When I won Vegas last year, I had like a 15-3 on my last stop. In Darlington, I had a 15-3. So the 9 crew, while it has its troubles in most parts of the race, it is pretty good on the last pit stop usually.
I can attest to the 9 crew of the National Series in that car. Those guys are very good. We won a championship with those guys.
Here we go. We're all choosed up, and we're back green.
Really good start by Tegan there. He saw Spencer go early the last restart. Bradley got down right as soon as he crossed the line, so Matt's not in a very good position here. Really
That's kind of uncharted territory for Matty. Not many front row experience restarts for Matt. And we're side by side. There's some contact here.
They're just beating and banging right now.
We dive into 3.
Oh.
Who'll get it?
Bradley sends it in. Matt's
Look at Matty. Wow. Aggressive.
I like it.
I think the 98
Cameron's back up there.
98 and the 51 actually got together there going into 3.
They might have. It was definitely close. We got side by side action everywhere.
And that Tegan just needs to not drive it in there and he can go. Oh! It's just really tight right now from second to second on back right now. Kevron really throws it in there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we'll go on board with Darth Kylo here. He's got a good view of it all right now. Oh, was there contact between the 40 and the 98 there?
Very well could have been, because Bradley just shot up the track. Oh! Did he
Yep.
get in the wall?
Look at Matt making a move here, going into fourth.
I think Bradley got up in the wall. I'm not sure what happened in 1 and 2 between the 40 and the 98.
Couldn't really. And it looks like looks like Spencer took the corner easier. Kevron
Oh, now Bradley's going to get hit by Darth Kylo. And when Bradley gets put in a spot like this, he starts driving angry. So I assume we're going to see a quite aggressive 40 car right now.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Bradley gets extremely aggressive here.
Now, will he use his stuff up getting aggressive like that, though?
That's a great point.
Looks like Kylo's getting up under him now.
May have some
Bradley
damage from all that
frustrated.
contact.
Yeah.
Is he frustrated in the chat?
He is very frustrated right now.
I'm not surprised about that. I mean, we could not see what happened, but you can only assume him and the 98 had contact.
Look who is snuck back up to the front. Kevron here. Looks like he's running in third spot.
Did a great job there on that restart, just knifing his way through the field, getting back to good track position, and really putting himself in with a shot at the win now. Because this track, it's not easy to make up time at, and especially when tires are so valuable here. You don't want to burn them up, so track position is very, very key.
It's very much the focal point of today's race, and I mean, you can see it seems like Spencer's having a little bit of a tougher time sticking it as he was in the first stage. He just can't really seem to get the truck to stick when he throws it in anymore.
This is his first real showing in dirty air right now, so.
Think it's that, or do you think maybe some bad adjustments on that pit stop?
Very well could be.
He's gonna get tight again. Kevron's gonna probably make a move here soon. He's there.
Top three have separated themselves from fourth and fifth, who have separated themselves from the rest of the field. Bradley, you'll assume he'll want to make a move here soon on Matt, but Matt's pretty stout on the short run here tonight. Yeah.
And I think right now Bradley's just trying to push him a little bit to see if he can get back that time that he lost instead of trying to pass and lose more time.
Yeah, but we saw his struggles on the long run. That's not a great line right there for Matt. No. He hangs on to it.
Get on that line. Oh, Tegan with a big block.
Blocking down the front stretch. Spencer is treated differently than about any other driver in this league. He is uber aggressive, and I think everybody understands that now and gives it right back to him.
Yep, and when you're as aggressive as he is in this race, you will get that reciprocation back.
Absolutely.
It actually does look like the 2 and the 40 may be gaining a little bit of time back. Maybe.
Bradley's all over him right now. You assume he's going to use the bumper soon if Matt doesn't give it to him.
I think Matt might give up this position here because Bradley's just on his back bumper.
Probably smart for Matt, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think his race is with the 40 car, to be honest.
No, I think his race right now is just hold on to fifth and get a top 5. But, you know, when Matt gets his finishes up there in the top 3 to 5, you know chaos has ensued. Wherever chaos is, Matt's up in the top 5.
Not really tonight, though. I don't think we've seen much chaos. Oh, Bradley's going to really give him a shot here. That is a get-out-of-the-way move from Bradley.
Sounds like as soon as he got on, the brakes just weren't working. No brakes.
I've heard that one before. They're banging down the backstretch.
I was just going to say that. I was I've seen that in my mirror before.
Oh, Matt really low. That's a scary line. Very, very scary line.
Bradley gets it. His journey back to the top runners is going to be long and strenuous.
Yep, unless this 98 car and 97 start battling, or the 51 and the 97 and the 98 start battling, Bradley's in a bit of trouble here.
Oh?
Tegan starting to do a little snaky. Make sure that Spencer can't get the draft. But Spencer, he is really able to get on that gas much earlier. Whoa!
Oh boy.
Big block.
So it's getting a little dicey up towards the front.
If these two wreck, I would not be surprised if something happens.
Let's go on board with Kevron here. He's got probably the best seat in the house right now, other than the three of us. And all of you watching at home.
Hey, Kevron, I think, has got the best seat because if these two get together, guess what? He's going to have the most momentum to get going.
He's probably
run
just
off.
biding his time, waiting for the rapture here between these two.
Yeah. As soon as they make contact, he's going. Really close to that wall right there. That wall is very dangerous as it sticks out, and when you hit the brakes, car just wants to go straight right to it.
Kevron actually did a pretty good job getting into the corner. Seems like exit is where he's losing a little bit of time.
I think exit in 2 is where he's losing his most time. It feels like in 3 and 4 he's able to hold.
Man, Spencer gets through 3 so good. Oh, is he?
Yeah. He's
Is
gonna
he
try, I
inside?
think. No,
Ah, falls
just
back in
not enough
line.
momentum.
I mean, I think the guy's terrified right now. He does not want to cross the boss.
You do not want to cross Tegan. I mean, we've seen him get angry before. Road America, was it Road America or something like that? He got angry, or
Well, his fuse is shorter with Spencer than about anybody, Mind Killer included, who I almost said there.
Mind Killer was the one that he just him and Mind Killer. When Tegan's fuse goes off, you know.
So Spencer's gonna really try to tiptoe around him to make a move. He's peeking down low.
Oh, I think
With a
he's
51
gonna make the
block,
move here.
he's there. Ooh, not
maybe a
able
little
to
bit of
complete the move. I don't think there was much contact. 51 came down to cover it off and did a great job defensive driving there.
Here we go. Tegan really trying to break the draft here. This is where I think Spencer's going to get a massive run. There it is.
Oh,
my
he's
goodness.
getting under him.
He's bumping him. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
Tegan
on
closed
the
that
apron.
door.
Is he going to lose his spot to Kevron now because of that?
He is. Tegan, he didn't even close the door. He slammed it shut.
Tegan said, make your own line in the grass at this point. So guess who took advantage of that?
97 of Kevron. He's hanging around up here now, too.
Let's see if Spencer makes a move here, because he might be terrified of the 51. He's going to pit. Yep, he's in.
That might be a little early.
Oh, I think Kevron wants to let these two fuck around and find out.
Yeah, but we'll
He
see.
said, seems like you two are friends tonight.
Yeah, the 98 get back to him. I believe we're around 4 laps of fuel left. Ryan, can you find out the lap that we're on?
Yes, I can for you.
I believe we're on 4 laps of fuel left here, though, so assume it's maybe 1 stop left from here, and here's
46.
the 98.
They're coming to 46 right
And
now.
Okay.
Spencer's in.
Spencer's in. And of course, as I said, the two guys that would be able to save the most tire are still out.
Yep, Harris is in, Sal's in, Kylo's in, but S'mores, Bradley, Matt, and Tegan Jones are still on the track. Hey, Matt's a sneaky good tire saver. He always kind of runs quite long.
Yeah, he always seems to get a nice little long run coming in. He doesn't carry as much speed as maybe he would like, but very good saving wise.
Now, it's a 20-lap fuel run. We're at 36 to go for these guys pitting last time by. So they actually, I believe, were 3 or 4 laps short of making the full fuel run. If that's the case here, they can only make it about 17 laps. So these guys that are pitting right now would be set to be around 2 laps short total at the end of the race on tires.
This is where these two just have the biggest advantage. They're just able to save so much more.
99 and the 20 and I think they've put themselves in a good spot to be able to make it to the end on 1 more stop.
And the 51 and the 40 are also in.
I believe they ran as long as they absolutely could have. Now, what you'll see here is the 97 and the 98 jump these 2 leaders.
Not 97 is gone.
Yeah, 97 gained a lot. What?
Bradley's tire popped right into pit road.
Uh-oh.
That's 5 seconds of damage right there that
And
he's going to have to take care of.
presumably the death nail in the 40 car. He already had the lack of track position after getting mired back on that restart, but a pop tire will probably, unless we see a yellow here, end the chances for the 40 car winning. Barring some crazy circumstances, which we could see plenty of here in the CFRL Midweek Series. Now, our two buddies are going to come out right together.
Tegan's going to come out second, so his pit stop must have been really, really good.
So that 97 got out. Oh, go ahead.
No, I mean, the 97 had a really good stop, too. Something happened on that 98 stop. Something had to have happened.
Remember what we said at the very beginning and what we saw in practice. That 98 was very, very conservative getting into pit road. Do you think that probably contributed to him?
He was a little. I would assume he was conservative going in, and I told that's going to be where you're going to lose the most time because he's very, very slow entering the entryway to pit road when going down that little road off the track. I mean, he takes it very cautiously. So him losing those two positions doesn't surprise me one bit.
Kevron, this is where he made his gain in the championship race last year over James Iconelli, if you remember, JB. Mm-hmm. He pitted a little bit early, did a great job on pit entry, and got that space between him and his adversary. And tonight he's done the same, but his adversary is, no offense to James or anybody else in that field, is a lot larger and a lot more challenging. It's the greatest of all time. He is fast, and he's on fresh tires, and he is basically inevitable here, wouldn't you guys say?
Yeah, multi-cup champion, multi-time Daytona 500 champion. I think the only multi-time Daytona 500 champion in this league.
Has he won the last 3 straight?
Yeah.
5. Well, he won 2020 to 2022. 5 total championships in this league. I believe the only
100+ wins.
Yeah, the only driver that ever, or one of 2 drivers that has won multiple championships in this league in total. So.
And not to mention, he's won 8 out of the last 10 crown jewels.
Yeah. And Kevron's going to pull over. Let him go. 51, back out front.
Yeah, that 51, those like probably 3 or 4 lap fresher tires, he's going to go. Tegan's going to be gone here in about the next 2 or 3 laps.
Spencer's done a pretty good job here, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, he pitted a little bit, I think a lap after Kevron, so it definitely not a bad strategy. I just think Spencer needs to be more aggressive entering pit road because it's going to end up hurting him in this race. That's what's probably going to cost him this race, honestly.
But we will see how this plays out in terms of tires. What we'll be monitoring is when the 97 and the 98 pit. If we see, if we see 16, 17 laps to go on when they pit for tires, maybe even 18, then I would say they actually made some gains on tire conservation. But Kevron, I would say, is in the most trouble. He pitted the earliest.
Most definitely.
He pitted, I think, a little too early. Just a tiny bit too early. And you can see he's starting to struggle a little bit now. And Kevron's going to let these guys go.
Matt must have had some kind of issue. He's fallen back big time. I believe he's 8th. S'mores doing a pretty good job here in 4th. Bradley behind him in 5th. We've got Harris in 6th. Sal in 7th. I believe 9th is Darth Kylo. He must have had an issue on his pit also.
Yeah, this pit road's very odd. It's narrow. I mean,
doesn't have actually a line a definable line for pit speed, so very, very challenging.
Yeah, speeding can happen. It's not a fun pit road entry at all.
But what we know is that the 51 presumably will be able to make it to the end, as will potentially the 99 and the 40. The 40 had that tire blowout, so that would be really unfortunate if that happened under green or when he was on the track late in the race. Um, but I'm pretty certain the 51 will be able to make it to the end on
Yeah,
one more stop at least. That's what I'm saying.
he was close too. He was at 2% when he entered.
But he,
So
you know,
both of them
a
were
master at his
both.
craft. He knows exactly where he needs to be.
So both of them were at 2%, and Bradley lost an extra 2 going in, which then popped his tire. Which tells me he may have been a little too aggressive going into pit road. That could have been one of the things that could have actually cost him there.
Well, we've got 24 to go there last time we crossed, so we're definitely in the final section of this race. Approaching the last quarter of it.
Kevron's got to be trying to stretch these tires out as long as he possibly can. Because you can see that 51 is taking off and he is gone.
I don't necessarily think Spencer is in a terrible spot. If he can make it work with the tires and he does the work that he needs to do on pit entry, I think he could end up in a pretty good spot.
He could. He just has got to be a little bit more aggressive. Just that tiny bit of speed, he should be good.
Now, JB... Sorry, Ryan, go ahead.
Like I said, he just was very, very conservative on his entry.
Now, JB, of course, the obvious answer to this question is Tegan. So we're going to take him out of this situation. If you could put yourself in one driver's shoes right now, who would it be? Whose decision-making have you liked the best thus far?
I mean, I liked Kevron's gutsy call because he's actually keeping up with the 98 right now, who did pit one lap later. But I also like Spencer's call because, yes, he wasn't the first on pit road, but he took that gamble still to pit earlier, try and gain some more track position. Unfortunately, that 51 is really, really fast right now. But the fact that he was able to try and take that gamble and gain that track position was a really gutsy call. I think if he can hold on with the tires, I think he might have a shot to maybe stay with the 51, but I don't know. I hope they don't have to pit an extra time here. So that he has to pit that extra time, then that strategy will not work out the way he wanted it to. But if he's able to only make it on one more stop, and I think that he has a decent shot to potentially stay with Tegan.
I don't mind it.
As we can hear, Bradley is just mad. He just can't find that extra time. Go, there goes a 97. 98's going with him. There we go. 98 got a little bit more aggressive, but the 97's just a tad bit more. Oh. Oh!
I think they both got in pretty solidly there.
Yeah, Kevron more aggressive than Spencer.
But that's where you kind of need to make the time in a race like this.
Absolutely.
I will say that when they exit, it'll be the 19 laps to go to 18 laps to go. So they are, I would say, close. It is very, very borderline if these guys can make it.
Yeah, as Sal crossed just for 19 to go on his stream.
Yeah, so they'll have one lap around, their out lap, and then they'll hit 18 to go. Kylo coming out, I don't think he'll be in a great spot in terms of tires. Sal pitting now, I think he's pitting a little bit early. I don't like the call for him. I think he's got a little bit of tire left. So, and Maddie's pitting. Definitely a little short pit from Maddie, maybe trying to get the one up on somebody else. I assume his tires will be able to make it 17 laps to the end. We'll see.
23's in.
Harrison. Kind of been a non-factor in this race, but
51
ooh, he's in the grass. Harris in the grass.
Kevron did get out ahead of Spencer here.
And that's all about pit entry. They're going to zoom by the 40 of Bradley here pretty quickly here.
Yeah,
we'll see if Bradley does anything to Spencer.
Though. Here comes the 98's going to come up behind him.
We can only assume there might have been contact between them earlier.
Ooh, that was almost 3 wide.
And
Oh yeah, Spencer's
I don't think Spencer really wants to do that.
bumped him in that
51 pitting.
corner.
51 and the 99 we're in. Last car left to pit, I believe, is the 40 of Bradley.
That's risky considering his last issue going on pit road.
Yeah. Yep. Bradley's gonna be pitting.
Now let's see. We're going to watch the 51's exit here. Where does he come out in relationship to the 97 and the 98?
He's out now.
And they are specs on the screen currently. They dive into one. It's a bit of a shortcut on pit exit.
And it's over. That should put that's gonna put the race to bed there.
Well, maybe not yet. We'll see what the 98 can do. He was pretty solid there on the mid-run last time, but he could also be, conserving tires to make it to the end.
Yeah,
The question for
and
Spencer now, I would say, is do you go for that win, that 51 car in front of you? Do you go after him, or do you try to solidify finishing second today and trying to save your tires to the end? What do you guys think?
I think Tegan's got too much of a fresher tire. I think just trying to conserve and hold off Kevron for seconds probably the best move.
I would agree, but we all know it's Spencer, so he's going to try and run down that 51 at all costs. So, I don't know. I don't think biding his time and just relaxing and taking second is in Spencer's repertoire.
No, not really, but we will see what happens. He's gapped the 97 a bit. I do genuinely think Spencer's probably the quickest car out here today. Can
he make it the rest of that run?
Yeah, it's a great point.
Because it seems like Tegan's starting to gap him a little bit.
Looks like Sal's jumped up to a top 5 position here. He's battling with Harris for a top 5. Bradley chasing him down, so assume that the 40 car will get back into the top 5. But good run for these guys. Didn't look like much from them at the beginning of this stage, but the 223 have rebounded pretty nicely.
Agreed. Spencer's just pushing it way too hard, where Tegan's just calm and steady in his marks. I don't think this race is going to be close, with at least
Morris
first.
gets up into the wall. He's on an island of his own here. Probably a few seconds behind third and definitely more seconds ahead of fifth. As it looks like we got a battle back here for that fifth spot. Bradley probably going to get it with ease here. Little slide job.
Well, slide job is also going to allow Matt, I believe. Is that
Sal?
Matt or Sal?
Sal. Helps Sal out quite a bit. Oh, boy, we're getting tense here. Harris and Sal have been battling for maybe 40 laps. I mean, these guys have been next to each other constantly. Oh, Sal's going to get up into him. I think Sal just washed it up a little bit. But he'll get the spot. We'll head back to that battle, but Tegan is gapping the 98.
I'm thinking,
quickly.
Honestly, I think they all spread out really hard. I think the 98 and the 97 are saving quite a bit of tire here to try and make it to the end.
Spencer's getting a little bit angry. He's not happy finishing second, but I think this is just, you're not going to catch him. He's on fresher tires. I'd say take second, add more points to your repertoire in this season, and you should be good.
By no means is finishing second to Tegan a bad thing. I've done it plenty.
No, I've done it too.
You and I, all of us have known the feeling of finishing second to that man, and I've done it plenty of times as well.
Beating him is really hard in this league. You have to have an extremely fast car.
That's why I win all my races when he makes a mistake, and Spencer,
goodness.
That was an unforced error there from the 98, just hitting the wall in the straightaway.
Yeah, that could have been really bad if he would have hit that wall right there that kind of goes out and then comes back in. If he would have hit that head on, that would have been a disaster. Yeah,
But Tegan
no,
is
I
just,
mean,
that gap is huge. Spencer's just hitting the wall in the straightaway now. Is he yelling in there?
he's huffing. He's huffing.
Oh
He's definitely
boy.
huffing.
Just
But
Looked like
there's nothing you can do. He's on like 3 or 4 lap fresher tires, and when Tegan's got the fresher tires, Tegan's gonna pull away. It's not rocket science.
it's Tegan Jones. What else do we expect at this point other than he's going to ball out?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like, when he raced Pocono, when we saw him race Pocono, it was his world and we were just living in it. That's just his track. He comes here and just out-strategizes everybody. Just what he does. That's why he's so hard to beat. He's fast, but and even though he's not...
oh Lord.
Oh, there we go. We got some yelling now.
That was the whole way down to the inside wall on the front stretch there.
What are you pissed off? Tell me. I want to know what exactly is making you pissed off.
I
You got
could catch up to
out-strategized?
you when you pulled away.
But I'm pulling away every lap. I have 3 lap pressure tires in you. It's gonna happen.
As Tegan has repeated what I have been saying for the past 2 or 3 laps. Spencer just needs to calm down, take the second place, because you're not going to catch him. It's impossible with 3 lap fresher tires that Tegan has, where he's able to flat out push.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to assume that if the guy that wins constantly has fresher tires than you and is in front of you, he's going to pull away from you. I mean,
Yeah.
that is not rocket science to me.
No,
So,
I mean, we've seen it time and time again. I pulled a strategy call at Kentucky. Did not work out. I took 2 tires. Here comes the 9. Here comes, I believe, Bradley. All you guys just swarmed me. Didn't work. I knew it didn't work. But I wanted to try something because I didn't know what was going to happen. We were close enough to where I thought that could have been pulled. It just happens. When you strategize and you don't make the right call, the people that are on fresher tires are going to end up beating you.
I made myself feel very proud this week. I had Tegan questioning his strategy calls this week in his interviews, so that made me feel quite good that a guy that's a master strategist usually was a bit questioned, by his decisions.
I had done some where that last pit stop, I had come in early just because I'm like, I want to gain an extra position, and that ended up working out for me. So, took a little bit out of your playbook there a little bit, Mike, just to gain that extra place. I mean, that's what you got to do. Strategy is key.
Especially when we're not talking about this midweek race anymore because this is pretty locked up right now, but the Cup Series specifically is just such a competitive field. Track position matters. Pit entry, every little bit is important. And that's what makes the CFRL Cup Series must-see TV every Sunday night. Tune in on this YouTube channel to see it. Every second matters. Every decision matters. I mean, we've got Kylo in the grass here pulling over for Tegan. But
yeah, pit road entry definitely matters. I've sped, I think, 4 or 5 times this year now.
A better example, I mean, with pit road, Atlanta, like, we were all bunched up. Cautions happened because we were all bunched up and had the similar pit entries. It matters how you enter. It matters how everyone else matters because it matters on communication too and how aggressive you are. And it just seems like that's what hurt Spencer a little bit, but it wasn't going to matter anyhow, I feel like, because Spencer was just not in the right position to do a strategy like that where Tegan it was easily going to fresher tires.
All right, we're on the final lap here. Tegan Jones put on a clinic.
We're going to battle for second.
Do we?
S'mores is going to get to Spencer.
Well, Spencer's probably saving tires here.
S'mores is going to finish second.
Oh, Spencer's blew a tire.
Blew.
Tire blown.
Pushing too hard.
Tire blown on the 98. I assume there's yelling. But here it is,
Oh.
the 51 car, Tegan
Oh my God!
Jones.
Oh my God! Holy moly!
We have more tire failures in the back, but Tegan Jones will take it at St. Louis. Kevron's got one
There
down.
goes Kevron's!
Kevron tire down.
Oh my goodness, that was very close
S'mores
for
will get
Bradley.
second. Bradley third. I believe, or maybe not Bradley third. Harris fourth. Sal fifth. Wow.
What a wild finish.
Tire failures dominate the end of the race and the battle for second. S'mores with an impressive run. Bradley rallies back to third. Harris will be fourth. Sal fifth. Maddie will come away sixth. Kevron and Spencer, who ran top three for most of that last run of the race, and we talked about maybe being in jeopardy, will finish seventh and eighth. Darth Kylo had some problems in the race. He'll end up ninth. Man, oh man, we caught that Spencer tire failure on the camera. We didn't catch Kevron because we were following the leader around turn 4. But
Yeah, I mean,
two big tire blowouts.
We could have seen Spencer's coming from a mile away. He was just pushing way too hard, and it just when you're pushing that hard to try to get a guy that has 3-lap fresher tires and is going to beat you no matter what, that's stupid to me. That's not a good decision make right there. Back it off and save your tire, because then you may finish third, where he ended up hurting himself. Where now. You saw S'mores get second. Bradley, you said got, what, third?
Yeah, Bradley gets third. Harris fourth. Sal fifth. Great runs for the 23 and the 2 there to get fourth and fifth.
Yeah, I mean, you got to save tire, and you've got to be on the right strategy. It wasn't a good strategy, and you saw what happened. Kevron looks like he got the fastest lap pretty easily.
Not easily, by about a half a second. Pretty tight. 2 cars in that 8/10. The 33.8 bracket. I got a couple in the 9s, but
congrats again to Tegan. I mean, that's perfect strategy call.
So we will get Tegan Jones in here for an interview. Can you text him, Ryan, to join the Cup chat?
As he dedicates that win for Kevron.
That's quite kind. Unfortunate circumstances for the Hall family this week.
I know Bradley's probably having a heart attack right now after almost getting crashed because of Kevron's blown tire.
Gave me shades of New Hampshire with Spencer.
But I mean, that strategy is the name of the game. No matter what series it is in this league, it is the name of the game. And no matter what track it is, it could be Atlanta and you're just trying to get out in front, or it could be Darlington where you just have to split the last stage. You split it into decent chunks. I think you split into thirds, right, Mike?
I did. Yeah. I split it into thirds.
Which was the perfect call. I mean, because it gave you the tires. So strategy, name of the game, as the master himself is here.
Tegan,
master
master of a lot.
I thought y'all meant something else.
Oh, well, we still might. Great strategy, great speed tonight. Talk me through your run to win here at St. Louis.
I didn't think it was going to happen. These trucks are fucking so bipolar and manic. It's not even, it's funny, but it shouldn't be. But I was fucking plowing, which for some reason in these trucks makes the right rear wear more. So I kind of loosened it up like a click or two, and that woke the bitch up. So, and plus I had the tires on the other two. So when Kevron pitted when he did earlier on our first pit stop on that run, I thought he was going to be close. And then when they both pitted on the same lap with 19 to go, I thought, okay, they're definitely not making it. Spencer, I don't know why he even pitted. He could have probably went another lap and been good to go. But, yeah, it's just the truck finally got fast. Like, even Bradley was kind of off till he made an adjustment on the last pit stop. So, yeah, these trucks are very finicky. Like, one run you're slow as shit, and in the next run you're fucking blowing people's doors off. So, yeah, it was a good race. That's the strategy I like to do. I like to pit later than people. That's what should have worked last week, but it didn't. So maybe we need to go 3 times wearing cup. Take care of that.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with that, but we'll turn it to JV and Ryan for any questions they've got.
I mean, like you had called a perfect strategy, but you said these trucks were bipolar. What was your truck doing as the race went on? It seemed like there was no issues when you were driving it.
So like the first run we had, well, let me go back up. So like coming to the stage, me and Bradley, we were both struggling with like Tot, and then it seemed like once whoever got behind the other started running better, so the draft kind of fixed that. But it's just like under braking, like it just wants to go up the racetrack here, and this is a racetrack where it's easy to do that, to kind of overdrive while you're not in the throttle, if that makes any sense. So I was just tight, and I still didn't make enough of an adjustment for it when we pitted for the stage break, and barely held off Spencer and his little peekaboo dive bombs, as I'm going to start calling them. So, and then I just adjusted a little at a time to where I finally got it to where it turned, and like I said, if we put on even tires with everybody else, it probably would have been different. I just had the tire strategy going in my favor because I was able to go the extra laps compared to them and still be like fast. Like I'm surprised I didn't lose no more time than I did on both runs where I pitted after them, and that's what kind of kept me in it too. With the fresh tires, being able to make that ground back up, and then especially on that last stop where I came back out ahead of both of them. So yeah, it's just being on the right side of strategy.
Anything else for our race winner, guys?
I don't have anything.
Well, Tegan, we have an off week, but how does this help your momentum for future Cup races when we return in a week and a half at Kansas?
Yeah, it is what it is. This is 2 different series, 2 different wear. So I don't know. Maybe it's just, I guess, confidence. It's really not learning nothing. It's trucks to Cup. It's not even Xfinity, so it's just building the confidence. And I wasn't even going to run this race till last night, so I'm sure S'mores and Bradley are a little bit pissed. So because I practiced with S'mores a little bit, and he was really good in the long run, like the very long run. It was just too late. And then, like I said, Bradley finally figured out what his issue was there at the end and made an adjustment for it too. So, but my defense with Bradley is he still wouldn't have won because S'mores was behind me. So that's what I'm sticking with.
What have you taught S'mores?
So the thing is, I'm going to tell y'all, I have not taught S'mores nothing. I will say this. I think S'mores is really good in trucks. I don't know why. And it's not even that he's on a higher slider than everybody. I can tell you that right now, too. It's just S'mores is getting more confident, especially in this series, because there's less people to race around with and make mistakes and rub people the wrong way. But I think the old S'mores from a few years back, where he won like 3 or 4 races in a row in the truck series and stuff like that, I think it's there. It's not all the way there, but it's almost there. So like I literally just get on and practice with him. Like last night, I ran like 20 laps and then I got off and gave him the lobby. So he didn't get nothing off me. It's just whatever he figures out on his own and he puts the time in. So unlike some people that's in this chat right now.
Excuse me?
Not you.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
No, JB should know who I was talking about. It's the one who I got a good baseline.
Yeah, excuse me, asshole.
Well, on that note, congratulations, Tegan. Thank you for joining us, and
Thanks
we'll
for broadcasting, fellas.
catch you around. Absolutely. All right, Ryan, text S. Morris 1173 to get in here. Driver number 99 really made his name on strategy thus far this season in the midweek, and he did it again tonight. Did a great job coming away with a second place finish.
Most definitely.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I mean, perfect strategy call. I mean, it just seems like him and Tegan are on, like, very similar to the exact same strategies. It just, you'd think Tegan's teaching him something, but surprisingly, no.
Waiting on S'mores here. JB, how about that run from S'mores? I think that's a really good run for him in points for midweek. So,
Almost definitely.
yeah.
And there he is.
S'mores, great job tonight on the tire conservation. You've made your name in the midweek series this year on strategy, on tires, on fuel. Talk me through how you did it tonight. It seemed like Tegan said it, and we noticed it, that you were really good on the end of the long run, and you really gained your time there. But talk to me about the two tire failures in front of you, or the one in front of you, and the guy that backed up to try to save his that ended up failing, and your night overall being able to save that tire.
Well, at the beginning of the race, I was a little, I was getting a little frustrated because it was like a Pocono situation where everyone just lines up on the outside to draft your way past them, past you, and I was getting frustrated because I was stuck in back like the 8th to 5th range, but I knew I had like at least a top 5 truck. Like if I could get by, Sal, Kylo, Harris, I could probably hang in with Bradley because it seemed like practice with Spencer and Bradley, I was able to hang in with them a little bit. So I knew I had a really good truck for tonight. And yeah, for some reason, the tail end of the one was where I really thrived. Because I would lose all my time on the short one, and then like the last, I say 5 laps, 6 laps maybe, I started gaining back time because I was able to at the end of at the stage, I was able to catch Kevlon and Matt, even though I was a little bit behind after I passed Sal and Kylo and Harris, and then and I was able to I don't think I caught Bradley. I think he was too far ahead. But I almost got Matt there for 4th in the stage. If he hit the wall, if I was a little close, I think I would have got that extra point. But at the end, and also after Bradley had his issue, which was unfortunate, because I think he was literally white on pit road, and then his tire blew, and gave him like 3 seconds of damage. So that kind of took him out of the running. And I had an even truck with him. I think I had like a 4th, 5th place truck. But at the end of the race, I was catching Kevlon and Spencer. I felt like I could catch Kevlon, but I think Spencer was a little too far out. So I got by Kevlon. He let me go because he was trying to save his tires, which didn't work out in the end. But I give him an A for effort on that. But Spencer was gonna be another tough cookie to catch because like 3 laps to go we were even. I was like, 3 seconds and 4 laps isn't. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think I'm gonna catch him. And then 2 laps to go, I literally cut the gap down like by a second. I was like, oh yeah, I think I can get there. And then white flag comes out. I gain like another second on him, and then he lets me go, and then he blows the tire. We do 1 and 2. So it just seemed like that at the tail end of the ones, that was the best I could do. But overall, I'm just happy to get a 2nd place finish. I didn't think I was gonna finish 2nd, but if Tegan wasn't winning this race, I'd still be undefeated in trucks. Because I won Kentucky on fuel mileage, and I won Phoenix on tire strategy. So it would have been 3 for 3, but a first, and 2nd in trucks is really, really awesome. Really impressive.
Absolutely. Ryan, JB, you got anything for him?
No.
I don't.
Thank you, S'mores. Great run tonight. Good run for you in the points, I assume. And another great strategy from the 99 team. Thank you for joining us tonight, S'mores.
Yeah, so I should still be the points leader because I think Spencer and Harris didn't race last week at Drebin.
Right.
So I finished ahead of both of them tonight. So I think I finished ahead of Kylo
You
too.
built
So
a nice little gap. Yeah, you built
yeah,
yourself a cushion.
I increased the points gap over those 3 drivers.
You had a 9-point gap on Kyle. You got that 1 stage point plus a lot of race points over him. So that gap will increase probably by around 5 to 10 points. So great points night for you. Thank you, S'mores.
Yes, sir. Thank you all for broadcasting tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let's get the driver number 40 in here, Bradley, Ryan, if possible, as we've got Spencer raging in the Discord.
The wrong person. Where's Bradley? There he is.
Probably a disappointing night for Bradley. He probably had this race circled as a win for him. Had that pit road trouble, got behind, and that's Harris.
Harris.
You're not getting interviewed. This
You
guy is.
joined the wrong party. Hey, fuck you,
Hey, whoa.
Michaela
Jeez.
Shitman.
Get out.
Wow,
Leave.
I think this is racist.
No. We
I can't
interviewed
hear him.
Tegan.
I did not hear a word you guys were saying. I could just hear Mike.
Anyway,
my.
we've got Bradley in here. A topsy-turvy night for you. I was just saying how you probably had this circled as a win coming into it, but that tire failure entering pits kind of was the nail in the coffin for you tonight. Talk me through that. You did lose track position before that. We thought maybe there was some contact between you and Spencer, but it was tough to see from the view we had at that point. So talk me through that part of the race, and then what led to your inevitable downfall. It turned into a solid third place finish.
Well, I wouldn't have been in that situation had I not been used up in the cup race here. Still came back to win, but once I knew Tegan was running, I wasn't winning this race anyways, especially once I got bullied. But had a rough mat up a little bit. Trying to figure out how my tire goes from 2% to 0 crossing the line on pit road. But other than that, I'll take a third.
Absolutely. Did you feel like you had a car to compete? I know you lost the track position, but did you feel like you had a car to hang with Tegan?
Yes, from what I ran in practice and what I ran with him yesterday, we were even. So I feel like I had a chance to just going to be whoever out-strategized the other.
Absolutely. And what is going on here?
What is going on? Is this a free reign to join? God.
What do you want?
What's going on?
I don't think he knows what party he joined.
All right, well,
he knows.
I think he does. Bradley, any other thoughts on the race? So talk to me about, was it contact with Spencer that was your issue?
I don't know. I just, going in turn one, I went wide, and people took advantage of it, and then just didn't have the track position after that. But I thought I had a shot, but when you lose track position at this track with these boats, not trucks, you ain't getting that ground back.
No doubt. Well, Bradley, thank you for joining us. Good third place finish.
Yeah, I'll take it. I had some amusement afterwards with it, so.
I bet you did. I bet you did. Thank you for joining us, Bradley.
You're welcome.
Yeah, sorry.
Not getting an interview.
We've got three-time Cup champion, two-time National Series champion, about a 250-time race winner, Tegan Jones here. He'd like to make a comment, so floor is yours, Mr.
So
Jones.
I forgot to do this during my interview, but I'm dedicating this win to Kevron's grandmother, because I told him I would since he couldn't win it. So, and I literally spaced out, so I wanted to jump back in here and make good on that statement. So,
Absolutely. The whole race as a whole, we will dedicate to Mrs. Hall, who unfortunately passed away this week, Monday morning, I believe. So we are, as we said earlier in the stream and on the podcast, thinking of the Hall family at this time. And thinking of Kevron and hoping that he can stay strong through this time. Unfortunate run for him tonight, but he definitely put up a valiant effort and was in it till the end. JB, Ryan, do you guys have anything to say before we get out of here? Pretty interesting race strategy-wise.
Yeah, very interesting race strategy-wise. Again, like you said, Mike, I'm going to say my hearts go out to the Hall family as well. Kevron and his whole family. So yeah, I mean, it was a good race. Congrats to Tegan on winning, and as a whole, good race strategy.
That was a really good ending, Ryan. What are your thoughts, JB?
I think it just summed up what we started with. The guys that have the most experience, the guys that are really big in Cup, came out with the tire strategy, which we knew would be pretty detrimental for this track, and I think it was a very good race overall. Just want to say that my thoughts and prayers are out to the Hall family, and hope all is well, and hope for healing. So
Absolutely. For Jared Hall, for Ryan Parsons, I am Michael Whitman. This was a presentation on the Checkered Flag Racing League. Congratulations to Tegan Jones, and our thoughts and prayers are with the Hall family. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back next week for a midweek series race at Michigan. Enjoy the off-weekend Cup drivers. We'll see you next time.